Gabe Reynolds backstage at the Austin City Limits Music Festival. Our weekend one coverage continues. We've got Tamino here in our tent now. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. You got off stage here recently. So how'd the show go? How'd you feel? How was it?
I feel great.
Okay.
Yeah, the show is good. It was early, but people showed up, so it was good.
25 years old. You know, a lot of people say your music is kind of beyond your years. So how long have you been performing, writing? You know, when did you get your start?
At 14.
Okay.
Yeah. I started, I wrote a very, very bad song when I was 14, but it sparked the fire, and from there on, I just kept on doing that, I guess.
Yeah.
And, first in bands. And then slowly I started sort of moving into more solo stuff. And,
Okay. Did you start playing an instrument early on too?
Yeah, I started with piano.
Okay. So did it just come naturally? It just seems like I'm always impressed by people who start so young. It feels like, you know, yes, I understand there's so much practice involved to get good, but, you know, sometimes it just takes with people. Did it just take with you and you just kind of got it?
Well, no, the very bad song is an example of that.
Okay,
like,
okay.
Of course, it needs a lot of hours and effort, but music did always feel very like a language I understood.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What came easier early on, the musical side of things or writing lyrics?
Yeah, I would say music always felt more natural, and
Okay.
like writing lyrics and just songwriting in general, something that it's a learning process. At the same
Right.
time, I feel like you can never call yourself a master at it. It's not, it's because it's so mysterious, such
Right.
a mysterious process, but you can sharpen your tools.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, from 2017 to about 2019, 3 EPs, 1 album, you're busy, things going. Then, kind of took a break. New album came out in 2022. Now, was the break planned? I mean, obviously COVID falls in that time period. It probably doesn't help things. But were you just kind of like, hey, I need a little time off?
Yeah, it was sort of planned.
Okay.
It just came a bit earlier because
Right.
of because of the world ending for a while.
Right.
No, yeah, I really needed the time. I
Sure.
needed the time at home and to write new songs. Also, just to experience stuff outside of a tour van or
Right.
a backstage, So, it was good. It was a good time.
Now, the new album, Sahar, came out, and it features the song Fascination. Just really beautiful song.
Thank you.
Is there a story behind this song?
Well, I mean, there is maybe a moment that sparked a lyric, but it's so difficult. Like any song, it's so difficult to pinpoint like
Right.
a story. It's the story is basically always quite boring, which is just me, jamming out on an instrument
Right.
until something moves me, and then from there on, I start writing the song and
Right.
and shaping it. And sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes it takes months to finish
Right.
one. But
How often do you write?
well, if I'm not on tour, always.
Right.
Like I'm always trying to write. On tour, I find it very, very difficult to write.
Just with everything else going on?
With everything else going on, also just not being by myself as much as I would want to be.
Right.
I really need to be alone to write songs. Yeah.
So when you're not on tour and you're writing all the time, I know some like authors who will like, hey, I got to get 800 words a day every day. That's how I'm going to work. Do you sit down and go, okay, I need to get this much done. I need to get a song done. I mean, is there parameters you put on yourself, or is it just I don't want to force it?
Well, it's in between, I guess. It's I wouldn't say it's like, okay, I have to finish this amount of songs
Right.
by this time, or it's more that. But it's also not sort of just waiting around for inspiration to
Right.
hit you. It's sort of sitting down, trying to see what comes up and what
Right.
or what doesn't. Anyway, it's about making the effort, and I do feel that it goes better when I have sort of a drive like
Okay.
when I feel like okay, yeah. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's like this. I guess it's a combination of drive, discipline, and inspiration.
Right.
You know?
Do you ever write something that's just for you that you're like, this is never going to see the light of day? Nobody else is going to hear it. This is just mine.
Probably 99% of what I write. Yeah.
Now, when you write something, you're like, all right, this is something I can pursue. Maybe this could be an album, or on an album, could be on an EP, could be a single. Do you start letting other people in here, listen to this, and what's your thoughts on it? What's the process there?
Yeah, I do. Well, there's my brother,
Okay.
Rami, who makes a lot of my pictures and videos.
Oh, cool.
I usually involve him and just ask his opinion. There's a very dear friend of mine, Bastian, who's also who's also made videos for me. There's my one of the producers of the first and the new album. He's called PJ. He also did the sound live today. He's,
wow.
We're practically married. Like we see each other all the time. I usually involve him. When quite soon into the process, and then we start sort of shaping the song further and then rearranging it and.
So I read that this isn't your first trip to Austin. Was it in 2019 South by Southwest?
That's right. Yeah.
Now, was that? I also read it was your first shows in North America. Was that South by Southwest?
That's right. Yeah.
So what was that experience like for you coming in and being part of this, massive beast that takes over a whole city for a week?
Well, it was a beautiful experience indeed. It was such a exciting environment, but I remember feeling very jet lagged.
Oh, I bet.
I was it was crazy. We flew in, we did one show at South by, flew to LA, did one show there.
Yeah.
And that one I was just so jet lagged that I was almost high. It was just flew back, did 3 or 4 shows and hung around and that was it. And it was of course very very exciting and
right.
Yeah.
What's next? What's next in the process?
Well, I do hope to get some time off, and I probably will have some time off in between, in the winter when everybody's celebrating Christmas and New Year's. So, and I might spend some time in New York then. I spent some time there over the summer, and I just loved it. It was just I feel like it's a very stimulating and challenging environment, which is good. Which is good. So I might go there this winter, and everybody's telling me, but it's so cold then. That I think I don't know. I want to experience it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. I'm glad the show went great today.
Thanks, man.